Okay, our words today have the prefix re at the start of each of these base words, and re means back or again. So we've got react, reject, recall, reform, resort, restore, resume, rewrite, remind and reappear. So if you look within each of these words, they're fairly easy because they're words that you've learnt before. You've got the A-double-L for the all sound. You've got an R-control vowel in the or sound here, reform. Resort, we've got the same OR. And restore, we've got the OR with an E on the end of it. Resume, we've got the E making the previous U make a long sound, same as the E making the I make a long sound in rewrite. Remind, this I is allowed to make its long sound I before an ND or an LD. So just remember that's quite a good one to remember for words like child, wild, remind, etc. Up here, this is a short vowel sound, so that's why we've got the double P, and then you've got the E plus the R on the end there. So we've got quite a bit in reappear. Now if we look at what these words mean, react means to respond to something. A reject means to refuse something. A recall is to remember something. Reform means a change. A resort, now it could mean an action to fix a situation, or it could also mean a place for a holiday. Restore means to bring back or reinstate or return to a previous state. Resume means to continue. Rewrite means to write again. Remind means to tell again or to remember. And reappear means to appear again. Our words today all start with the prefix re, so we've got react, reject, recall, reform, resort, restore, resume, rewrite, remind, reappear. So in this section here we've asked you to write a list word for the synonyms. These are the synonyms. You've got to write the list words here. When you've done that, we want you to find an antonym for each of these list words that you've listed here and put the antonyms down this side. In this section you just have to fill in the gaps with the missing list word, so choose an appropriate word from above so that these sentences make sense. Then down the bottom it says use resume or resume and resort in sentences to show them as a noun and as a verb. So if it's resume, you've got a little slash above the E and the E to get that change of sound. You'll have to work out whether resume or resume is the noun or the verb and write a sentence for each. Same for resort or resort, so you'll have to write a sentence for each of those meanings. So we're talking about multi-meaning words where words can mean different things and they can also form different structures or different forms in a sentence. In this list we're looking at the prefix re, which means back or again. So we've got react, reject, recall, reform, resort, restore, resume, rewrite, remind, reappear. So fill the gaps with the correct verb tense. We've used it in an incorrect tense here, so you're going to have to work out from the sentence that it's in what the correct verb tense should be and change that base word, add the suffix to make it sound correct. Make the word and write it in a sentence. So we've got reaction, reappearance, rewritten and rejection. So write the words and then make a sentence using each of those words and make sure you use some adverbs and adjectives in your sentences to make them more interesting to the reader. Now in this section down here you're proofreading about Robinson Crusoe. We want you to find in each line there's one word spelled incorrectly, just highlight it and then write the word correctly on the lines at the end. In these words we're looking at Latin prefixes. So a prefix is added to the start of a word, then we have the base word and then the suffix is added to the end of a word. So prefixes often change the meaning of a word, so happy can change to its opposite, unhappy, just simply by adding U into the start of it, which means not. And just be aware that the suffix quite often changes the word's meaning in that it changes its structure, how it's used within the sentence. So it could change it from a noun to a verb to an adjective to an adverb by what you add to the end of the word. So we've got our prefixes here: un, pre, dis, re, non, mis, in and pro. We've given you the meanings of each of these to make it easier for you. Now this is very important for your writing in the future. So you can simply extend on a word and its meaning by adding a prefix to it. So now you have to write the word to match the meaning. So let's do the last one, number 8, to appear again. Now again, if we look up here, means we can use re for the prefix, so and that means again or back. So to reappear or to appear again would be reappear. So you could write that word in the boxes. We've given you the number of letters in each word to make it easier, because you may be adding the prefix, but you may need to add a suffix on occasion as well. Now down here you have to write a list of new words for each group. So you've got re, pre, dis and dis. You can work out some words. You may use a dictionary, or you may just use, just think about it and be able to create enough words for each of those prefix groups.